Hi, this is Olga from Wholesale USA Dresses.com. So, you have recently gotten a great deal on wholesale fashion handbags. You could have gotten a great deal on a pallet of overstock bags or found a great below wholesale lot at a closeout warehouse in New York. You are really excited about the closeout price that you paid for them and the beautiful fashionable selection that you received. No matter how low of wholesale price you paid or how fantastic the pocketbooks look, there is one final step that you need to take to actually make money. You have to start selling the handbags. While the most sailors are familiar with opening their own store, renting a flea market booth, or setting up an eBay seller's account, there are other available retail options. All of these selling options can work well for you, but I would like to present you with additional options for selling your fashion merchandise that you might not have considered. I have completed 6 unique ways to start selling your bags. To maximize the effectiveness of these strategies, you will want to adapt them to your own market based on your understanding of the merchandise that you have and on your customers' preferences. For example, some markets require a first-hand approach in which sellers need to personally explain the qualities of the products that they are selling, while in other markets, selling can take place exclusively online. I do think it goes without saying that regardless of which selling approach you take, you should consider building long-term business relationships with your customers so that you can sell them more wholesale items in the future. Wholesale fashion handbag selling tip number 1. Private label your fashion handbags. If you are buying generic fashion bags, you can pay someone to place your own label on them. For instance, if you purchase fashion pocketbooks that have a Western style, you might want to create your own private label called USA Western Fashion Bags, or any name to which you have full ownership rights to. When selecting a private label for your pocketbooks, make sure that the name does not create confusion or that is not controversial. You can also take an approach in which you select a novelty name or use your last name as your brand, and then spend time and more building up a following for your brand. If you effectively market your label, you can start creating brand awarenesses for your name and ultimately charge more for your wholesale products, whether they are handbags, dresses, or shoes. I have seen many wholesale showrooms in the New York Fashion District focus on their own private label merchandise. Brands such as R&M Richards, Tolly Taylor, and War all started as relatively unknown private brands. Now their merchandise is sold to international wholesale customers. The challenge is that there are private labels that do not catch on, and ultimately their merchandise is sold in the off-price market. Wholesale fashion handbag selling tip number 2. Sell the bags as part of a school fundraiser. You can approach schools and offer to have their students sell your bags and then split the proceeds with the school. You can also set up a sales event for the pocketbooks on the premises for a school, event, or non-profit institution. Try to find events or groups that cater to the demographic that would be interested in the fashion pocketbooks. For instance, if there is a trade show geared towards young professional women, you can approach the event trade show organizers. You could give them the idea to present your handbags to each show participant as a thank you gift for attending. The trade show organizer will benefit since the participants will enjoy receiving the handbags as a gift and will be more likely to speak to other people about the show in positive terms. And you could benefit by potentially selling a few hundred bags in one shot. Wholesale fashion handbag selling tip number 3. distribute the handbags to boutiques on a consignment basis. The boutiques would pay you once they sell your merchandise. Any bags that are not sold you would replace with other bags. It is possible that one boutique might do better with a different selection, so you would want to rotate any unsold merchandise among the boutiques. Consignment sales allow retailers to take a chance on wholesale merchandise that they might be unsure about its selling potential. Wholesale fashion handbag selling tip number 4. Contact local sport teams, social event organizers, and corporations and offer to have their logos printed on the handbags. They can use the bags as promotional items. Major universities do a tremendous amount of business in selling merchandise, such as shorts and coffee mugs with their school's name on them. Wholesale fashion handbag selling tip number 5. Run a fashion on the premises of your business and have a handbags modeled. You can find aspiring models to show off your handbags in exchange for giving them credit, plus professional photographs that they can use as they seek more modeling gigs. You can also encourage models to wear your handbags by giving them free merchandise in exchange for their work. If you can find a model that has a following in your market, it might be worthwhile to hire her, even if you would have to pay her more than you had originally budgeted. Think of the media publicity that your handbag boutique can receive if you hire a super well known and popular model. Wholesale fashion handbag selling tip number 6. You can also take a different approach. You can find fashion shows and offer to give the organizers your handbags for free in exchange for having your business mentioned at the fashion shows. Imagine if your boutique bags were mentioned by the media covering in the New York Fashion Week. You could potentially receive thousands of dollars of free publicity as a result of having your pocketbooks used by runway models during the New York Fashion Week. This strategy could be effectively used even in smaller fashion shows, provided that they received media coverage from fashion media outlets. There are many fashion shows, such as the Africa Fashion Show Nigeria, Bridal Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week, Seoul Fashion Week, and the Stockholm Fashion Week. Please visit our wholesale warehouse in New York.